So you just got accepted to cosmetology school. Congratulations, me too. I'm going to make this video journal about once a week to kind of reference for myself my emotions going through the courses, and maybe give some tips to anybody out there who just started cosmetology school like me, or particularly any guys out there who just started, and like I said, give my own personal opinions and perspective on it. So a little bit about me. My name is Jordan Irvin, and I'm 30 years old. I just moved to Winchester, Kentucky, which is about 20 miles or so from Lexington, Kentucky. So not only is this a brand new area for me, I know not a soul except for the people I live with, but cosmetology in general is brand new to me as well. So a lot of people ask me, Jordan, why cosmetology? And I'll tell you why. I've done all kinds of manual labor jobs, trucking, unloading, things like that. I was a ramp agent for American Airlines for quite some time, and COVID-19 happened, and as all of us know, our world got flipped upside down. So if I watch this, hopefully 20 years from now or something like that, it's going to sound weird, but one of the things that everybody seemed to have withdrawals from was getting their hair cut. That is a profession that's not going anywhere. People want to feel good. People want to get their nails done, have facial, skin services, things like that. So it's job security. I unfortunately did not have that in my other lines of work. So this just seemed like a very good time to start something that's going to not only better my personal life, but again, I'm able to always have a job and hopefully maybe one day move on and teach others. So I just got accepted to CTE, which is in Winchester, Kentucky. It's a very small community college in a small town, and I was the number one. I was the only new student there, and I was the only male. And to say that I was intimidated is an understatement. First thing that I brought with me to my very first day, I looked like a kindergartner going to kindergarten for the first time. They asked us to wear solid black scrubs, which I got at Walmart. I'm built like a bus anyway. Some colleges provide them, but they run so small and mainly are not unisex. So like I said, I went to Walmart, 12, 13 bucks or something, got my scrubs. Brought pen and paper with me, and then you want to bring your lunch. Obviously, depending on how long your day is, but I get hungry every 5 seconds, and I was there from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. The whole cosmetology program for me lasts 43 weeks. And again, due to COVID, they've had to switch some things around. So I go 2 days a week for the first 250 hours. So I go Wednesdays and Thursdays, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., just those 2 days. And then after I get past the 250 hours, I will go full-time, Monday to Friday, 9 to 4:30. So right now, I am in the portion of the cosmetology program called New Beginnings. And I will spend roughly, they said, about 11 to 13 weeks there. So I go in, and I walk in, I am saying, okay, I'm the only guy, okay, crap. But nobody was mean to me, nobody bit my head off, nobody said anything, nothing like that. It's just because I was the only guy there doesn't mean that you will be. And there's actually quite a bit of male cosmetologists and different, skin and nail techs and things out there in the world. So my biggest thing of advice, number one, don't have that toxic masculinity, egotistical whatever going in. Yes, it's gonna come up that you're the only guy or something like that, but it don't matter, man. It ain't a big deal. If you're going there just so you can be around a whole bunch of girls all day, I don't recommend that, because number one, it's going to get old quick. You're gonna see why very quickly, between different dramatics or things like that. But also, you shouldn't. This is your future, man. You shouldn't go just so you could. Oh man, I get to be around girls all day. Well, chances are the only girl you're going to be looking at all day is your mannequin head. So if you're going to school just to be around girls all day, don't. Because you won't make it that far, no matter what you're doing. You're not going to make it far doing that. You got to focus on school, man. Think with your brain up here. So yes, again, so first day I walk in and they say, we have a new student, introduce yourself. So prepare yourself for that. I am obnoxious and I like attention, so it didn't intimidate me to do that. It didn't scare me or anything like that. Um, but they will probably ask you to do that in front of 40 people that you don't know. So after introductions, we went back into our classroom, and I am in a class with 5 other cosmetology students. However, it's not for me at CTE. I didn't start. You think, oh, okay, chapter 1. No, I started on chapter 21. So I'm with students that have already been there months and months and months, already know the basic kind of things. So I was really feeling like the Lone Ranger out there. Don't get scared. It's fine. Just open your book, do as they do. Just kind of look around and follow in your book. We read a couple of chapters, and the book is about that big, and our workbook is about that big, and you just follow along the best you can. Also, ask questions. You paid, however you paid for your schooling, doesn't matter. You paid for it, so it is your right to ask as many questions as you need, and your instructor is there to instruct. So I'm definitely one that, don't be afraid to be that guy or to be that girl. Don't be afraid, because the only person that's going to make your grades is you. And how you learn might be different than, Sally behind you or Jim over here on the other side. So don't be afraid to ask. Get your instructor's numbers or emails or however they're comfortable communicating with you, and ask those questions. That's the only way you're going to learn what you need to do to succeed. So a lot of schools, if not all, will provide a kit that has, blow dryer, shears, hair clips, things like that. It's every school's different, I'm sure, but I do not receive that until I'm in school for 2 weeks, and I've only been there 2 days. So again, I had nothing. Don't be afraid. They'll provide you what you need. It's fine. I had a lot of people say, oh, you can borrow this, you can have this, or whatever. So people were generally nice to me, and I feel comfortable, as far as getting along with others. But you get your mannequin head, and you feel like a serial killer, especially if you've never had one of those or anything like that. So I immediately named her, just, whatever. Her name's McCrithany. And first thing that I would say to do once you get your mannequin head, whenever you're able to, take that thing to the bowl, wash it, and shampoo it. And most of the time people aren't going to be watching you to, technique or anything like that, but just because you don't know where she's been. She might be a dirty old gal, and my McCrithany, she was pretty grody. She was pretty nasty. So whether you get it fresh out of a bag or box, or it's been sitting in a closet, or a former student had her, whatever, just clean it. Just make sure you scrub that thing down. And take it back, and I find that using a brush, not a comb, works the best. I only had a comb, so I'm sitting there like struggling to comb her out. Ask somebody if you can borrow their brush, and just get her looking decent. Clean the gal up, for Christ's sake. And so we immediately hopped right into doing foils, as if you were highlighting someone's hair and things like that. Again, I'd never done any of this stuff. Just look around. Your instructor's going to be patient with you, or should be patient with you, and just follow along the best that you can. Also, I would advise a new student of any profession at all, much less something they know nothing about, take your books home, take your mannequin head home, take whatever materials that you're able to home with you. And generally they'll say, yeah, just bring it back. As long as you bring it back, it's fine. Take it home with you and practice. Practice brushing hair. As you can see, I ain't got a lot of it, so I don't have, the know-how to properly do that. So that's one of the things that I'm starting with first, the basics. And I went back in my book, even though we started in class on 21, on my own time, I went back to chapter 1 and just kind of reading through things, stuff like that. Don't go ahead. Especially if you don't understand it. It's kind of common sense, but just don't. Just don't. So I've been in my spare time, since I'm only a student going 2 days a week, I'm going to take my free time and YouTube. Like if you're watching this right now, YouTube, there's so many tutorials and videos like mine that showcase what it was like and things like that. Just if you want to take this seriously, then take it seriously. If this is going to be your profession, then research as much as possible. Know that you know that you know that you know what you know. But overall, my first 2 days, they weren't bad. But again, it was my first 2 days. Another thing, that I've noticed is in any environment, no matter where you go, no matter what line of work, drama is going to find you, or you're going to find it, or you're going to overhear it. Myself, I'm not a very dramatic person or anything like that. I don't enjoy that. But in cosmetology school, I would bet that it's going to be 98% female environment, which there's nothing wrong with that. But it kind of comes with the territory. I overheard a couple of students, they were fighting over bowls. They'll fight over towels. They'll fight over stationery. They'll fight over their boyfriends. They'll fight over makeup, even things like that. So just good rule of thumb for anywhere, much less an environment where you're the odd man out, literally. Just keep your nose to the grindstone, man. Stay in your lane. You're going to have that anywhere that you go, but especially in cosmetology, it kind of comes with the territory. So just use your own, judgment on it. You're only going to be as thick in the drama as you want to be. And for me, I'm a friendly guy, but I don't get down with all that, so I just kind of walked over to the other side of the break area. Let's see. My focus, one of the big reasons I wanted to do cosmetology is I have always thought that barbering and the designs and all that cool stuff, shaving it in the head, was so neat. And that's where I'm at now of what I would mainly like to focus on. You're going to have to understand, you got to learn it all. It doesn't matter if you want to only highlight. You're going to have to learn how to do nails. You're going to have to learn how to do perms and all that stuff. So don't go into it thinking, well, I only want to do this, so I'm only going to focus on this. Well, you can focus on that, but you're going to have to learn the basics and pass the tests on everything else. So I might decide a couple of months from now, I really like coloring, or I really like nails, or whatever that I've learned. I really kind of switch gears. So just have an open mind. It may change the course that you want to specialize in, but you have to learn everything. Another thing that I am not accustomed to in general, that you're going to have to get accustomed to real quick, is having someone be directly over your shoulder. They're not there to intimidate you. They're not there to make you feel stupid or like crap or anything like that. Your instructors are there to literally, for lack of better terms, groom you into a professional. So when they come around, it's very intimidating. It was for me. My second day, I had one of the lead instructors come around right here, baby, right here. And she didn't say a word, but I know that I was like, they're there to help. So my instinct was to just put stuff down and not move. They want you. This is a hands-on profession. You can't cut someone's hair without being hands-on. So you can't learn to do that without being hands-on. So just kind of, it'll come. Everybody's been new once somewhere. And I bet if you check tape on every student that's in your class, they had a worse first day or something than you had. You're going to find your rhythm and your strengths. Some tip that my instructor told me, even though cosmetology is not seen as like hard, strenuous labor, you're going to feel it. You're standing most of the day, especially when you get out on the floor. So comfortable shoes, like I said before, but do like some wrist stretching and some shoulder stuff and stuff, because the last thing you want to do is go through cosmetology school and then have to, go to PT because your back is messed up or you have carpal tunnel or something like that. But your muscle memory will come. So right now, I'm optimistic and I'm happy. We shall see.